Welcome to my channel. Let me ask you something. Have you ever fallen so deeply for someone that it felt like the world stopped spinning whenever you thought of them? Maybe you've been in that moment where just hearing their name or seeing someone who looks like them makes you pause, smile faintly, and take a deep breath. And if someone asked you, have you ever been in love? You'd probably say yes. Because most of us, at some point, have felt something that either was love or felt like it. That undeniable pull towards someone special. But here's the mystery. Why does it happen with one specific person and not with someone who, on paper, seems better? Why do we get emotionally glued to a person even when we logically know there are other options out there? The answer is hidden inside your brain, your very own emotional laboratory. See, we often think love comes from the heart, but it's actually orchestrated by your brain. When you experience a strong emotional connection, your brain fires up. It creates new neural pathways and starts releasing chemicals. The biggest culprit? Dopamine, also known as the reward chemical. It's the reason you feel euphoric, excited, and a bit addicted. But dopamine doesn't show up alone. Oxytocin, often called the love hormone or bonding chemical, tags along. This powerful combo creates feelings of attachment, dependency, and yes, emotional addiction. But here's the plot twist. You're not addicted to the person. You're addicted to the feeling. That's why even if they're long gone, a similar voice, scent, or even a memory can trigger that emotional high all over again. Your brain starts chasing that sensation like it's chasing a prize. Suddenly, everything feels brighter. Life feels more alive. That's the dopamine-oxytocin cocktail doing its magic. Now, why that specific person? Here's where it gets even deeper. Most of us carry an invisible blueprint from childhood. The way we first learned love, attention, and connection, whether from a parent, guardian, or early caregiver, shapes who we're drawn to as adults. If you grew up with warmth and affection, you might naturally gravitate towards partners who provide emotional safety. But if your early experiences included inconsistency, emotional distance, or even neglect, your brain may find familiarity in partners who treat you the same way, even if it hurts. Let me tell you a story. There was a woman who fell for a man who would sweep her off her feet. Lavish gifts, compliments, endless attention. Then, like clockwork, he'd disappear for days, ignoring her calls and leaving her anxious and confused. She knew the relationship was unhealthy, but she couldn't walk away. Why? Because this hot and cold behavior mirrored patterns from her childhood, where attention and neglect came in waves. Her brain had come to accept this emotional roller coaster as normal, even loving. Sound familiar? But here's the empowering part. Your brain isn't stuck. You can rewrite the story. When you stop feeding your brain these old patterns, by avoiding triggers, breaking routines, and cutting ties with emotional anchors, you begin to rewire those neural pathways. Over time, the addiction fades, and you gain clarity. But if you stay stuck in those old loops, replaying memories, romanticizing toxic bonds, blaming yourself, you're keeping those circuits alive. The good news? There are healthier ways to feed your brain. You can replace unhealthy reward patterns with things like creativity, nature, exercise, or mindfulness. Things that also boost dopamine but without the emotional chaos. And when you do this, something incredible happens. You start attracting healthier relationships. Partners who offer you genuine love and connection without the roller coaster. So, if you're in a relationship right now and wondering, am I really in love with this person, or am I just addicted to the feeling they give me? Take a moment to reflect. Remember, letting go might sting, but staying stuck in a painful loop hurts far more in the long run. Break the cycle. Reclaim your emotional power. And most importantly, fall in love with yourself first, so you can welcome someone who's truly right for you. Thank you for spending this time with me. If this resonated with you, I'd love for you to subscribe and join me again next time.